What's up, guys? Welcome to Pete's Basement Extras. We're going to talk about the impending deal between Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios that looks like it's finally in the works. There is a very strong verbal agreement between Sony and Marvel to turn over the rights of Spider-Man back to Marvel Studios. That ever since all the Sony hacks over the course of the last week or so, you know, letters have been received and, you know, put out onto the internet that talks have been going back and forth between higher up executives and everything, whatever. All we need to know is that the deal is going to happen. It is currently in the works. Marvel Studios gets back the rights to Spider-Man. Sony still retains ownership somehow, because obviously they wouldn't let that shit go. But I'm fine with that because they have basically ceded creative control, which is really what we needed them to do.
Yes.
Sit back, shut the fuck up, and earn some money.
Word.
Marvel Studios gets Spidey back. They do all the work. They recast the film. They spend all the money on the advertising, everything. They put Spidey into whatever movies they please. They can do Ngula Sordo with him and fucking do whatever the hell they please. Sony just sits back and gets a nice fat paycheck for doing absolutely nothing.
Hopefully
which, after the last couple of fucking movies, is exactly what the fans want them to do. Christ.
Kind of feel bad for Garfield, though.
I do too, man. I do too.
He's just like, wait, I'm unemployed?
It wasn't even, like, he was just very unhappy with the way Sony did the movie. So he, like, legend has it he missed this higher-up meeting that he was supposed to be at because he was just like, fuck you guys. But he is out. So far, Marvel is, according to legend, looking into the dude who played Percy Jackson for Spider-Man.
I can see
They
that.
don't want an older Spidey. They definitely want to go with a younger kid, you know, keep him in high school around the Ditko era. They don't want to age him too fast, so don't expect Mary Jane. Don't expect Gwen Stacy to be falling all over him. Expect him to have crushes on these girls, like Betty Brant and everything. But expect him to be a herb.
That would be adorable.
Spider-Man interacting with Scarlett Johansson.
It'll be wild.
It'll
blow his fucking mind.
Just have to do a moment where he just...
Something, yeah. Absolutely. Guys, this is still just... It's a little bit more than a rumor, thanks to our buddy Mikey Sutton. But keep in mind that the deal doesn't get put into paper until late January, early February, before the Spider-Man Summit. So there is still, like the Marvel did with their Summit meeting.
Oh, yeah.
So now there's going to be one completely dedicated to Spider-Man.
So are they going to undo all that shit about the Venom movie and the Sinister Six movie and all that shit?
What Venom movie?
Thank
What
God.
Sinister Six movie?
That's good.
It's not going to happen.
That's good.
This whole thing could still be Liefelded, but let's keep our fingers crossed that it, you know, verbal agreements go a long way, especially in courts of law and everything.
So
handshakes and shit really do
pretty
hold a
much
lot of water.
All this is going on. It's brand new day in real life.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's a full reboot.
Marvel is Mephisto.
Yeah, huh?
They're giving Sony another chance.
This is like the third time's the charm.
Yeah.
And it finally is.
Let's hope so.
So don't expect a origin reboot. They're not going to do it. Everybody knows Spidey. They don't need one.
Opening credits. Just show
that's what I
images,
said.
Yeah.
Pull a
I'm
Hulk.
a bit.
Do it while the fucking credits are rolling. Everybody knows Spidey's origin. Just run through it real quick, and it's a done deal. He's now an established character who's been running around for a while, and with any God-given luck, we get him in the post-credit scene of Avengers 2. They do want him for Infinity War. They definitely want him for Civil War, because without Spidey, you don't get the drama of Cap and Iron Man arguing over the Superhuman Registration Act.
Yeah, even though it's supposed to be different than the actual comic book.
But still, like,
Yeah.
if it weren't Spidey, the decision, like the swaying of the tides or whatever, was going to fall to Ant-Man. And I'm sorry, I like Ant-Man. I think Paul Rudd's going to do a great job.
Yeah.
I think the movie's going to be
I'm looking forward to it.
off the hook.
Yeah, me too.
But he doesn't have enough of a following, enough of a backing, like just history-wise, to pull something like that off the way Spidey would. The weight of a character like Spider-Man on a decision like that, especially a kid now. Paul Rudd's a man, you know? Like, he's a dude doing what he's got to do, stealing the Ant-Man suit to, you know, I think he stole money for his daughter who had cancer in the comic or something like that.
Makes sense, because Spider-Man's all about power and responsibility.
Right.
And Iron Man's going to be working on that shit. You have responsibility. Is it to helping people or is it to the government? I mean, yeah, that could work.
And he's a kid, so he's going to be easily influenced. I'm really looking forward to, especially if they play it up right, like the meeting between Spidey and Captain America should be one for the record books. Like, he should like see him and idolize him because of all the stories that his Uncle Ben told him about Captain America. And he's like, holy shit, it's really him.
A connected question in a way. Will Marvel go after Fox next? And get the mutants and Fantastic Four? Mind you, in the comic book, in the last Axis book, actually, they're kind of insinuating that, what's her name? Magneto isn't Scarlet Witch's
I heard something to that effect, yeah.
She cursed the bloodline, and it fucked over her brother, but it didn't touch Magneto.
Huh.
I'm hoping that's like just some residue of the Phoenix Force, some shit. Because him not being a father is so whack.
I agree. and it would be something that they were going to try to tie into the movies with them being Inhumans instead.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knows where they're going to go with that. Don't be surprised if that's something that's going to happen. We'll see.
Magneto can't be their dad and they can't be Inhumans at the same time. I really don't know much about the Inhumans.
No, I don't think so. Maybe they could.
Mutant and Inhumans at the same time?
Why not?
Well, technically, the Beyonder's supposed to be a mutant, be Inhuman.
Right. He was like the next step.
But that's... They don't touch on him a lot.
He was also like a Hollywood knight from a fucking... holy suit.
I would like Marvel just to straight up buy out these characters, including Spider-Man. But what they're doing with Sony is the next.
And I think if this deal works, look for Fox next to cave.
Yeah, really.
Because they may not cave with X-Men. There may be a lot more red tape to cut through. Because X-Men, despite its flaws and
especially the last two movies,
it's a successful franchise.
I don't know
the
why.
Fantastic Four is gonna blow fucking big hairy goat dick.
There's no point.
If they get the Fantastic Four, which is what I think they should aim for.
That's I think where they're aiming next. I think that's in their sights.
They're so New York, and they open up so much space shit. Just Galactus. The next big Avengers movie can be a Galactus movie. And I would love to see the Baxter Building in the background.
Yeah.
Spider-Man swinging by, you see that 4?
Avengers Tower, Baxter Building.
Because in the comics, they always go to Fantastic Four for different things. They'll show up places. There's no reason for them not to
And
be
you
in
get the
Marvel
dynamic
universe.
between Spidey and the Human Torch back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tony Stark and Reed Richards.
Yeah. We are witnessing the dawn of the Marvel age of cinema. And this is revolutionary.
And Daredevil's back. What are they going to do with him in the Marvel universe?
I'm glad you brought that up because there have been Vincent D'Onofrio has just been cast as the Kingpin,
Which is good.
Yep.
He's a good actor. He's a great actor, excuse me.
Daredevil is going to be as close to the Max line as Marvel is going to allow one of their movies to get.
Which is awesome and should be done that way.
Yeah, because Daredevil is running around Hell's Kitchen. He's not a big-time, superhero fighting magical creatures or anything like that. He's not an alien fighter kind of guy. He's going to be fighting street crime, which is what all of the Defenders are going to be doing. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones.
What do they team up for?
Who knows?
That's what I'm curious
We'll find out.
I mean, I've been so looking forward to this shit.
Maybe it's going to be a big street gang. Maybe it'll be the Owl forming a street gang or something like that. Who knows? There's a myriad of possibilities.
Oh, myriad.
Somebody might get in trouble, and then they show up to help them, and they just end up teaming up.
We do know that Daredevil's costume will be... It kind of looks like the old Incredible Hulk TV series costume where it's all black with just like the mask tied around.
Yeah.
And that's going to be before he actually gets like the final costume, which will be like a mix between his regular red and the black costume from Shadowland.
The yellow one? Because he's blind.
Don't expect the yellow costume. God, I hope not.
They should have it somewhere, though.
Daredevil is going to drop first. That comes out in summer this year. I don't exactly know when the others are coming.
They did casting.
But slowly but surely, expect once one comes, maybe the next every 2 to 3 months after
Jessica
that.
Jones is a cutie.
You think so?
I fucking have such a thing for her. It's not even funny.
She does nothing for me. She's cute. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe it's the character she plays. She plays a sassy little thing. You just want to bang the shit out of you want to bang the sass out of her. Like, say something now, you know? Just.
Isn't she super smart? I have her hero click, and her hero click is actually really good. Is she smart?
I'm talking about the actress playing her.
Well,
Jessica Jones, I do not know much about her, period.
True. Guys, it is a great time to be a fan of comic books because we get to live the dream. All of our heroes are showing up on the big screen, and you couldn't ask for anything more than for Marvel to do their heroes right.
Aren't you worried, though, that you're hearing so much shit about this that it's going to drive you crazy? Again, like I mentioned...
Like with anticipation, you mean?
Yeah, like I mentioned on the show,
awesome.
there could be a bit too much because, you know, there's going to be a backlash, there's going to be oversaturation. But now we're talking about movies 3, 4, fucking 5 years from now. Isn't it a bit much?
No.
Isn't it going to drive... No. You're a fucking fan. Think about Joe Schmo on the street.
Duh. Well, you know what? The only way we're going to know that is when we go ask Joe Schmo on the street.
I'm talking to Joe Schmo on the street. I don't know.
I'll just walk up to random strangers and talk to them.
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe we'll see that in a future Pete's Basement segment. For now, guys, look forward to the information about Spider-Man dropping real quick. But remember, you heard it here first. Pete's Basement and Mikey Sutton, thank you once again. Guys, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Also Jarhead.
And Jarhead, yes. Jarhead is awesome.
John Andreas.
And Happy New Year. We will see you next year. That was a lot of endings.